It's the best time of the year. We're starting some seeds today. We're going to do it in a few different ways. So I'll show you what all my plans are just to start the seeds. It is still snow on the ground, so we can't actually pot anything directly into the ground, but this is just at the beginning of the season just to get some of these seeds a head start. So let's get into the video.
We spent years dreaming about a homestead, but dreams don't grow much on their own. You have to plant them. Right now, our homestead is mostly just trial, error, and a few packages of seeds. We're figuring out which starting method actually works and which ones are just hype. We're trading the concrete for the garden, learning to grow our own future from the ground up. It's messy, it's new, and we're taking you along for every single sprout.
Okay, winter sowing. I've never done it before, but apparently it's a big thing here. So I have 5 different milk jugs that I was able to save, and I think I want to try it with 5 different seeds. So you want to kind of use perennials, flowers, or some hardy vegetables is what I kind of read online. So I'm going to try it with spinach, broccoli, zinnias, some poppy seeds, and hollyhocks. And we'll see which ones work, which ones not work. I'm not sure if these hollyhock seeds will work to begin with, but I'm just going to give it a try and see what happens. So the first thing you want to do is take a milk jug and you want to cut it almost all the way through, but not quite fully. And you don't want to cut it fully all the way through, because you kind of want to have a hinge for the milk jug, because you're going to tape it back shut after. Okay, just like that. Awesome. Okay, so I got my dirt here. It's sitting in, I melted some snow earlier today, so it's sitting in some fresh water there. So we're just going to fill them all up with about 3 to 4 inches of dirt. Then we'll put some seeds in, and we'll just see what happens. We'll put them outside, and then this acts like a little greenhouse. And oh, one thing I should also mention that I forgot is we want to poke little draining holes at the bottom. I've not done that yet. It said to poke 3 to 4, so I'll just do that on all of them. Let's fill them all up with some dirt. And I will just actually move this over here. And I am going to wear a glove for this because it's kind of cold water, because it was snow water. So when you want the dirt just to kind of be damp is what I've read online. It's kind of hard dirt. So it's a little bit, there we go. One inch is 2.5 centimeters, that's 5. 2.5, 10 centimeters. Okay, I got my jars or milk jugs all filled. the dirt. And so now we're going to start putting in the seeds. So I'm going to start with broccoli because that's my absolute favorite vegetable. And it said to kind of plant it as per the instructions. So it says 6 centimeter or 0.6 of a centimeter depth. And I don't like to wear gloves for this part because I find it's good for the hands. So, no, 6 is not very much. Depth 0.6 centimeters depth, and then it needs about 40 centimeters in between each plant. 1 plant per 30 centimeter container or plant in the ground. We're going to plant it in the ground, so I'm going to just put 6 seeds in here. Just so there. So that way this is going to make okay, well I spilled half that. That's okay. And then I will most likely seed those other broccoli plants under my grow light still because I do really enjoy broccoli. But last year I did it way too early and then it didn't work. So this is just because it's still cold outside, we can do this a bit earlier. So that's in there. Then we tape it shut. Ooh, I'm making a big giant mess of all the tape. Okay. Oh goodness. Okay. All right, one down. I'm just going to write it down what it is. This one is broccoli. Awesome. First one down. On to the next one. Let's do spinach next. Get all the vegetables in. 1.3 centimeters depth. Spinach seed. And this spinach is, the remainder of the spinach will probably just go directly into the ground once I'm able to. So this is just a test for the spinach. See if this worked, because last year my spinach actually didn't come up at all. It was a big fail. So see if this works better for it. And then I know for next year. And I think I will then need more milk jugs. My marker. Awesome. All right, this one is spinach. On to some flowers. So we're going to do some zinnias. Now my zinnias, Joe and I, excuse me, Joe and I shared zinnia seeds last year, and hers did absolutely amazing. They were beautiful and exactly what you'd expect. 6 millimeters again. So nothing crazy. And mine came up and they were super thin, and even the flowers on there, they weren't very full or beautiful or anything like that. So let me know what you think I did wrong. Joe and I planted them together, so we're not entirely sure what we did differently on hers versus mine. Just throw a couple seeds in there. Okay. So I did buy a different one that we're going to try this year. So we'll see what this one does. It says to start indoors 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost if you want earlier blooms. So that's what I'm hoping for. Some in the ground for later blooms, some earlier. That was the one difference, I guess. Joe did plant hers a few weeks before mine, but I feel like it shouldn't have made that much of a difference, but maybe it did. So we'll see if this makes a difference. Next are some poppies. I'm almost worried I'm too late with these poppies because you do want to start them early. Same with the hollyhocks. Like I heard back in like December, January. But it doesn't hurt to give it a try. And the very last one we're going to try is hollyhock seeds. My friend gave me these hollyhocks. I'm not even sure what color they're going to be. I hope a pretty one, but we'll find out. Perfect. Okay, these are all ready to go outside, and then they will kind of harden off with the regular temperatures of freezing and thawing here. And then in the spring, I kind of have to keep an eye on it to see if any moisture needs to be added to it. But for the rest, it kind of should take care of itself, and this acts like a greenhouse. So there we go. So this is our winter sowing method.